All right, welcome back to I Am Very Smart. I know that you all watch my videos because you think I'm just a complete and utter genius, but in fact, there are many people on the planet who are far smarter than me, and this is a subreddit where I get to be humbled by their incredible genius that way far surpasses mine. So we begin with number 19, with a Merry Christmas. Friend, what are you doing for Christmas Eve, JT? Me watching lectures on algebra and calculus online for fun. What about you? Well, I was just thinking about going and hanging out with some friends or family, having a few drinks, maybe having some good food, opening up some presents early, possibly. But I mean, hey, you can do that too. You don't have to join us if you'd rather watch those videos. You'll probably do better on the finals anyway. So, you know, it could be worse. At least he wasn't condescending about it afterwards. And saying like, and you should too if you want to pass the final. Like, no, I'll take a break. Number 18, maybe they should have studied communications. Not to bring anyone down, because a degree is a degree, but if you are majoring in something easy like communications, anthropology, or political science, your 4.0 is not impressive to me. Is this the person correcting themselves here? Hopefully. You could have just deleted the tweet and then gone on and, just redone it so that you didn't have the embarrassment of the initial typo in there. Also, though, quite a few retweets and engagements on this one. I wonder if this is someone who has some followers on them who should know better than to tweet something like this, because it's probably not going to go over well when you have a lot of people who follow you who are going to be like, yeah, that's condescending. Maybe you can get away with it on Facebook, but if you got a lot of followers on Twitter, you actually could probably benefit from studying communications. PR is very important. In fact, if there's any major that I could have taken that would have been most relevant to what I do here as a YouTuber, it would be communications, interestingly enough. Nothing to do with any of the math or science that I was studying instead before I dropped out. Normal people don't think about this. I broke my mind. Follow me on this one. Black holes exist. They're strong enough to pull in light. If you travel at the speed of light, time slows to a halt. So if you're light being sucked into a black hole, then in theory, you're going the speed of light plus whatever added force is exerted on you by the black hole. So what effect does that have on time? If light gets pulled in at speed greater than light, then what the hell happens? Normal people don't think about this. I've been thinking about this for a half hour. A whole half an hour. The time it takes for me to read an article about black holes and the theories behind what happens if you actually cross the event horizon, because people have thought about this before, and while no one's ever really going to experience it firsthand, so we'll never know for sure, and even if they did, they wouldn't be able to report back out. That's a bit of the catch-22 with a black hole. But yeah, there's apparently some weird stuff that would be happening. So you're not wrong, but people do tend to think about it. Maybe I'll think about it more someday. Pretty sure everyone knows why it's funny. Real nerds know why this is funny. Julius Caesar pencil holder. Haha. It's funny because et tu, Brute. Nobody knows that reference. It's not something that's incredibly common and been referenced a million times in movies and TV shows, even if you haven't read Shakespeare, okay? But only real nerds will understand one of the most highly referenced things in literature of all time. It is a cool pencil holder, though. It's clever. Final study hangout. He answered a question, so there was only one logical response. I'm not smart by any means. Please, God, don't call me smart. Ew. I hate feeling smart. It's horrible. Ugh. It's the burden of being so smart. I just can't handle it. I'm so cursed from being able to understand things so well. I can't deal with this burden. Please just remove me. Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't. I was actually... Oh, the Mad Lads actually took me out of the chat. Slaps head, this bad boy can fit so many songs in it. I have an eidetic memory. I've never heard that word before. My brain is a literal catalog. I've memorized shy of 80,000 songs thus far, and yes, I do keep count. And I can recall them all. I like how it's on a Vsauce video. I'm sorry, Michael, if you get an influx of these sorts of comments, but it's probably also kind of entertaining to read sometimes. That would be a very cool skill, just to have like an internal catalog of music, but I don't know. I can sing back the lyrics and hear the melodies of things, but I can't hear everything at once. So It's still useful to have headphones. If only I could be this guy. Having sex with normal people is like demonetized to me. That's why I told my mother when she asked why don't I have a woman, wife, and children at 32, that having sex with normal people is like demonetized to me. The IQ difference is just too high. How did I know it was going to go here from the title? How did I know? And then I think that your mother hopefully never asked you again because she's like, all right, yeah, actually you've changed my outlook completely. Maybe it's better that I don't have grandkids because, wow, how did I end up raising you to this point? Where did I go wrong? I bet you successfully ended that conversation, just maybe not for the reason you think. Whew. Alrighty then. I just want to believe that that's faked, but whatever. Literally anyone who took computer in school can translate binary into ASCII. Alright, a lot of binary going on right there. Am I too much of a nerd if I can translate that? No, you can copy paste it into a thing that you can Google. In fact, you probably just copy paste that straight into Google and Google would be like, here you go. So yeah, I've even had to do that with Minecraft mods before. So it's found its way into my life one way or another. Kid I tutored science to through his communications degree, who then dropped out of dental school his rich parents paid for, trying to tell me hard work is not necessary. Told me my PhD was memorizing data and he hires 80 PhDs. It's almost 80 HDs. Why C students are more successful than A students. The C students who take the shortcuts in life became the CEOs, and the scholars work for the CEOs. You are a compliant worker. Sounds like you got it all figured out. I can see things from different angles. I can't. That's your response. It's just a double whammy of like linking a video linking that kind of video and then being like, I can see things from different angles. And I can't see you from any angle because I'm just gonna not ever look in your direction again. Obviously, there are plenty of examples of people who dropped out or didn't finish school or who got bad grades who have been plenty successful in life. There are also plenty of counterexamples. It's almost like there's no absolute guarantee as to how things are going to pan out, and it could go either way. And there are also certainly professions where I really hope someone went to school before they did it. Takes one psychology class in high school. You know too much psychology when you can't get mad at people because you understand everyone's reasons for doing everything. I'm pretty sure that you still can. There are certainly times when you can understand a criminal's motivation for doing something. It's like, oh yeah, it's fairly clear why they elected to do that. They shouldn't have. And if they were a more decent person, they definitely wouldn't. But no, they definitely robbed that bank because they wanted to get money. I know, I'm pretty clear on what the reason was for that. No, definitely still mad that they did that and I was in the bank at the same time. I'm also I clearly understand why, but I'm still mad. At 14, I included myself on a page of famous quotes. You're the crossed out one. Dawn broke over the horizon, and I was lucky enough to see the dream that was born. I want to know what your teacher's response was. Sarcasm is the blade with which I cut the throats of my enemies. Alrighty then. I mean, it's a good metaphor, I suppose. Would it be a metaphor? I don't know. It's been a while since I've taken an English class, so I'm not qualified to comment on this subreddit. I was lucky enough to see the dream that was born. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the dream would be born when night breaks over the horizon, because that's when you sleep generally. So unless you're going to be daydreaming. Historian grants meme plebs the gift of knowledge. I want to call her Jennifer. I'm sorry, that name is taken. You can have Jennifer 123, Jennifer 420, or XX Jennifer XX. Imagine if all names had to be unique. Oh God. Actually, it'd be probably just about as difficult as finding a unique username on YouTube at this point, honestly. There are a lot of YouTube accounts out there. How did the person who made this even think this could be the basis for a joke? People having the same first name has literally existed as long as recorded history. Thanks. Didn't know that. Was totally unaware. I thought that's why I named my non-existent kid John 420. So, shoot, I guess I didn't need to. His music taste is superior. Have you listened to the new Rivers Cuomo track? It's pretty solid. My brain is too complex to enjoy the same music as a simple mind like you. Okay, fork you guy. Wait, why are you in a conversation with someone like this on Snapchat? Do you know this person? Because if you know this person, why are you talking to them? If you met them in person, you obviously know they're like this, so why would you ever be messaging them after the fact? And if you don't know them, how did you get to the point where you're messaging them on Snapchat? This is terrible. Hopefully you block them after this, because ain't nobody need that in their life. The original commenter's response is priceless. Whenever I'm blindly listening to a YouTube-generated playlist, the ones that make me stop and say, damn, that's good, are always Vivaldi. Dude was a boss. Vivaldi is a compositor. A compositor? Vivaldi did a whole bunch of work on Game of Thrones, compositing all the scenes together. I'm actually about to sound like an idiot if compositor is a way you can actually refer to a composer, but I'm pretty sure it's a composer and not a compositor. I hope I'm not wrong in that. Anyway, the use of the word boss is not proper. A boss drives a company. Yeah, sure. Really, Philu? Really? Philu, my use of contemporary vernacular was supposed to be humorous, considering the classical piece it addresses. The funny juxtaposition was lost on you, I see. Bam! Right back at you, buddy. I can use fancy words too. But isn't it composer, not compositor? This is gonna bother me now. Diary entry for my 15-year-old self. What an ass. Disco equals one of the most boring hours of my life. It's nothing more than extremely loud music coupled with miserable, sweaty shrimps flopping around in a manner they overratedly call dancing. I pretended to have a headache, but unfortunately wasn't allowed to stay unsupervised in a hotel. I felt quite outlandish amongst my fellow teens and lamented over my own inability to conform with my peers due to what I theorized to be premature maturation. Because never once has an adult in history ever danced. I wish I could dance more, alright? Let yourself go. If you can dance, then more power to all your friends. And probably not your friends. More power to your classmates or fellow teens for being able to let loose. Because I wish I could do that, but I'm too self-conscious and can't. And it's okay to be that way. And you don't have to write yourself a cop-out giving another excuse for it. Although I do realize this is the person who wrote this posting this, and it was them at 15. So I'm glad that they've realized the error of their ways. I'm not the one being dumb, right? Oh, this is lengthy. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. What's your goal for this year? I don't go by the Gregorian calendar. Oh, that's where we're gonna start, huh? Okay. Well, literally the entire world does, and it's gonna mess you up if you don't go by it, because you're gonna miss appointments and things like that. But okay. Oh, you just said happy 2019. Yeah, but it's meaningless, except to me, except now I put 2019, but isn't that following the calendar? Do you know the word epistemology? Truth and belief versus knowledge? What? No lol, where'd you get that? Epistemology is the branch of philosophy concerned with the theory of knowledge. Epistemology is the study of nature, of knowledge, justification, and the rationality of belief. Google. You never encountered that word in a class or an article? Haven't taken philosophy, so no. Well, never mind then. What does it have to do with calendars? At all. It has nothing to do with calendars. I guess it's your belief in not using the calendar that the whole world uses. If I ever have someone tell me I don't go by the Gregorian calendar, I need to have a button I can push to deploy a portable tent that just, a defense mechanism that just seals me off. I'd be like, nope, not having this conversation. Yep, Port-a-fort, go. I just can't, nope. He has a sociology degree. I guess wild nights out now mean getting drunk with a whiteboard and trying to figure out what caused the universe. With my sociology degree, I guess. Even not having the sociology degree, though, pretty sure that unless you have got free reign of the Large Hadron Collider, you're not making any discoveries about how the universe was created. And even if you did, you're not doing any of that overnight, especially not while drunk. I mean, I suppose being drunk is probably the best qualification to have an epiphany of some sort that's not actually based on any fact. I mean, you got Planck written on your board, so that's definitely It's definitely good. Also, Jack and Jill in a Matrix. Jack and Jill in Matrix. They have to do with the universe and how it started. It was Jack and Jill, like when Jack tumbled down the hill. He tumbled down the hill, right? It wasn't Jill. And he tumbled down the hill, and it was like he created such a loud thud. It was like a yo mama so fat. She rolled down the hill and created such a big thud that it big banged the universe. Except it was actually Jack and Jill. But I wanted to create the appropriate analogy. I think that's the conclusion that we've arrived at on this wild night. It's just someone hit their head so hard that it created a big bang. I feel like I've done that a couple times, but guess it wasn't hard enough, fortunately. All right, well, anyway, that's it for the last month of I Am Very Smart. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Make sure to check the playlist in the description if you want to catch other smart things so you can be enlightened. Subscribe if you're not already, and otherwise just watch other videos on the channel. You can also listen to music playing in the background. Now link is in the description and outro over on Mere Music. I'll see you next time.